So, Splatoon 3 finally ended up introducing this Splatfest yesterday, and it was by far one of the most fantastic things that everyone on the internet ended up having their fortunate ways of showcasing their skills, trying out the new weapons, and also being able to showcase the wonderful Miiverse that only exists in Splatoon at this point. I ended up skipping out on Splatoon 2 because I actually did not own a Nintendo Switch. Even though we did end up having friends that end up playing Splatoon 2, I myself and also my girlfriend as well, we decided to skip out on Splatoon 2 because we end up getting our Switches late. Most of us end up getting it on December, and some of us end up getting it on like some birthday or whatever. So we kind of end up skipping it out because there was really no point and all the events were already gone already. We still could have joined for the Salmon run, but what are you going to do? So when Splatoon 3 was announced, obviously they end up giving us a little bit of a test fire teaser so that we ourselves can be able to jump into the game, try out the new weapons, and also try out the new mode that is called Tricolor. I have to end up admitting I'm glad that I end up taking part in this, and this is going to be a Pika's impression of what I actually think and what are my feelings of how this game is going to end up obviously having longevity, since all the Splatoon series usually end up having that big giant longevity, and I kind of want to end up taking a little bit seriously with the whole ranking thing. Anyways, jumping right into it, this Splatfest was mostly rock, paper, and scissors, and it was an amazing thing. Obviously, Scissors was winning, but then, you had both Rock and Paper trying to also go at it so that way they can beat Scissors up in as well. It was pretty nice and also kind of a bit chaotic. Now, the thing that's pretty interesting is that Tricolor, the mode that they basically end up introducing to us during the Splatoon Direct, was the more focused on this Splatfest. And the thing about Tricolor is that it's a fantastic mode, but there is a little bit of glaring issues with it. So one of the major issues is that if you are on the winning side, you have your 4 actual teams working with you, while the other 2 teams, the Rock or the Paper, ends up having 2 members of their respective teams. So you don't really have, so you theoretically still have to fight against 4 people. The only difference is that you just have 2 for 2 on that side while you have 4 on your side. So the problem is you think that you will have some sort of advantage since you're the one that's winning. You don't. The ones that are losing, or the attackers I should say, have the much better advantage than the defenders. Because there's the little signal sonar thing, I don't really think that's what it's called, that's in the middle of the stage that you, yourself, the winning team, needs to defend and make sure that nobody gets it. Now, you're probably wondering, so it should be very simple to be able to end up getting rid of the opponents to not be able to get to the center of the room to be able to get the sonar attack. Now, you would think, but I will end up saying this. Once 2 of the members get both of the rockets, it's almost near impossible to win. I managed to end up having one game where, since I'm Team Rock, we were kind of on the losing side anyways. We were the attackers, and I managed to get 2 rockets at the same time. And the thing is that once that happened, that was pretty much it. The game was already won. We essentially won the game. Because what's happening is that the rain of the drips of all the inks is being dropped all over the place. And it's really kind of hard for the defender to end up defending themselves and getting back to, the winning side. There was one team that did manage to win that was on the scissor side that they did manage to end up pushing us back. But that was mainly because I think they probably end up having a much better strategy. I feel that Tricolor is kind of one of those modes where you do have to end up utilizing different types of abilities to be able to end up getting a much better strategy. It probably also helps if you kind of, communicate with your friends if you're playing that kind of mode to be able to end up knowing what you need to do. I mean, with the power-ups and specials, the new specials that they end up introducing, especially like the soda can that allows you to boost your teammates and whatnot, I feel that that's going to be pretty meta in that mode when it comes to the Splatfest. Unfortunately, yeah, I think it's only like a Splatfest thing. I don't really think you can ever play that outside the mode unless you probably end up building a team or whatever. So I mean, that's unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is. So I will end up saying that I do love the Splatana. Obviously, the drawback to the Splatana, or the katana, is it Splatana? I think it's Splatana, is that you have to keep mashing the trigger buttons the same way how you use the ink brush, where you have to also keep mashing that trigger button as well. That can hurt after a while. Like, it's not as fast as the ink brush, I've noticed. It's a little bit slower, but I don't know if it's because of the type of brush that we had. Because the thing is that during this test fire thing is what I'm going to call it, they end up giving us almost every weapon in the game. I think it's like literally every single weapon that they introduced to us. So the Splatana, the bow, the umbrella, the basic gun, the dualies, all that. So I'm actually also glad that they did manage to end up making us be able to utilize every single weapon, because I was wondering if they were going to make us do that. So when I got the chance to utilize the dualies, which I freaking love, by the way, like some of them you can dash like twice, and others you can dash like 4 times, and then there's like one ability that I do like that allows you to just utilize the shark, and the shark is pretty cool. Like, you just dash forward into the center and just kaboom, and just blow up your opponents and just get them all and just screw them all and just screw their day. The only problem is I always kept utilizing it when I was in front of my opponents, and they can actually blast you out of it before you even get the chance to rev up and, you know, do some damage. The other dualies actually had the crab tank. Not really a fan of that special, in all honesty. To me, it didn't really feel like I was doing much damage. I mean, to be fair, it probably could just be that I was utilizing it wrong. I wouldn't even be surprised. That wouldn't even be the first time, to be honest. The other thing, the Splatana's special was the stamp. Now, I did see the stamp before, thanks to a YouTuber. You guys probably already know who I'm talking about. Chuck Conroy, shout out to him. But I did see how that was utilized, and I can understand why the Splatana ends up having the stamp hammer instead of any other abilities. But I am kind of wondering, like, what other abilities of the other Splatanas will have. And I'm not entirely sure, because, like I said, it's trying to remember what the direct was. I'm not sure if we will be able to change specials. I know we will be able to change upgrades. Like, I know that. Like, that's kind of, like, obvious. But I'm wondering if we're going to be able to change specials. Maybe we can. If that is the case, then part of me kind of wonders, like, I wonder what I want to utilize for the katana. Like, what would be the best option for the katana rather than just utilizing the stamp all the time? Who knows? Maybe I want to utilize the shark, you know, get the special and then just rev up and just ride and just blow up into the center and just start whacking people with my katana. It'd be kind of good, you know? I didn't utilize the bow. I don't know, maybe because arrows didn't really interest me. I wish I did try out the bow. I wish I tried out every single weapon, to be honest. But obviously in the video, you kind of see me switching between dualies, Splatanas. I did try the umbrella. I didn't really like it all that much. I know it's supposed to be able to protect you from frontal attacks, but I don't know. It didn't really speak to me. Not only that, I didn't even know what its special actually did. I like that the mini sonars are a new special in the game. They don't do that much damage compared to an actual siren whale attack, so I guess, are they nerfed? Probably not. I don't really know. But I will end up saying that it is kind of cute to end up seeing like 6 little mini sonars just blasted all over the place. It's kind of cool. What else? Aside from Tricolors being its mode, I feel that they should probably, I don't know, they said that they're gonna go ahead and like fix it up a bit in here and there, so I'm kind of hoping that they give like the defenders a bit more power, in my honest opinion. Not like power like they can kill you faster, more like they need more defense. For a bunch of groups that's called a defender, they didn't really have much defense with them. Like, they didn't really have many barricades or you know, more like defensive type weapons. Mind you, that's probably usually more so to the players, not so much of the field itself. I'm not sure if they're also gonna have like different fields, because we only had like one field that was kind of constant, so I don't really know. The other thing I am more so looking forward to, and it's unfortunate that we weren't able to see what that game mode is like. There's obviously Salmon Run. That was actually a mode that was in Splatoon 2. Was introduced in that. It's essentially like the wave by wave gauntlet where you end up fighting a bunch of salmons and trying to take them out. They obviously made it a little bit better in 3, and they made a lot of things better in 3. In fact, I do like the lobby system, which allows you to just utilize your weapons against the training dummies, and also having like a mini paint gun turret that will end up shooting out ink, so you can be able to end up testing out things there. It's nice to end up having like those kind of things because it ends up like helping you a bit better. I do wish that you can still change your weapons when you're waiting for a game though, because once you start a game you can't change your weapons at all. I'm not really a fan of that. Like it really just cancels you out. Unless I'm misremembering, I do remember I was trying to end up switching my gear in mid-weight, but you couldn't really do that. But hey, I will take the lobby in 3 than in 2 and 1, where you just have to wait in a menu with nothing really happening. So at least you have the advantage of moving. You also do see your friends outside just waiting as it's virtual reality images, mind you. So it's kind of cool. I do like that. Overall, I really am stinking hyped for Splatoon 3. Like, I feel it's going to be one of those games I'm just going to be playing a lot on end without any sort of stopping point. I want to try the rank battles. I know, like, all the modes are pretty crazy and intense, and rank battles is where those Splatoon guilds end up existing. I don't know that they exist, because, oh boy, I know they exist. Now, I've seen them in Splatoon 1, and man, they're devastating, especially when you end up running into them by accident when you don't mean to, and then they curb stomp you. Sometimes you always know that your opponents are probably communicating when they're too good. Like when they are too good, like they are just like relentlessly kicking your ass, and it's just kind of embarrassing when you get curb stomped completely. Haven't got curb stomped yet, but I have seen it, and it's kind of embarrassing. Anyways, that's it. There's no more for me to actually say about Splatoon 3, except for the fact that I'm looking forward to it when it comes out on September 9th, and I'm looking forward to seeing a bunch of you guys on the game. You guys already know me as Code Pika, so if you see me there and you see me, don't shoot me. I'm a noobish player. I'm trying to just be just like you, trying to be a kid who was a squid. I guess I should also mention too, I like the 3 characters, the 3 announcers that we have this time. You know, Fry, Shivers, and Big Man. They are fantastic into the group. I'm glad. I don't know what's going to happen in the story mode, considering I've never played 2, so that's fun. And I think that's it. I mean, I made myself into an Octoling, because hey, I didn't play Splatoon 2. So I want to be a Splatoon 2 exclusive character. So why the hell not, you know? Anyways, that's it for me. I'm done talking about it. See you guys on September 9th when Splatoon comes out, and we end up enjoying ourselves and having a very frustrating time. It's going to be a very fun time. Looking forward to playing with friends and streaming it and all that other stuff. Code Pika over and out. See you guys in the next video. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Laters.